We begin here at 6 o'clock with the heat and something we're not used to, the humidity. Good evening once again. I'm Jonathan Gonzalez.
And I'm Kathy Vara. Colleen and Michael are off tonight. Southern California is suddenly feeling like a sauna, and this dangerous heat is not going anywhere anytime soon. Meteorologist Melissa McGee tracking the temperatures now and how long this weather will be sticking around. Melissa.
Yeah, Jonathan and Kathy, we've got hot conditions right through the end of our work week into our upcoming weekend here. So outside we go. We're looking live from our Mount Wilson camera. A lot of sunshine, a lot of heat, and also a lot of humidity this afternoon. Let's check in on Victorville, hottest spot we've seen so far today. High temperature and at 102. You're currently cooling down to 100, well above average for this time of year. So the heat alerts went into effect earlier today. We had heat advisories across much of our region, now extending all the way down to the coastline. In the pink, we've got an extreme heat warning for the IE areas in the Antelope Valley, as well as the high desert. And this is a long duration event because the heat alerts will not expire until Monday. So looking at the numbers, we've got 95 in Lancaster, 80s on the way for Ontario, 93 in San Bernardino, and 84 degrees there in Anaheim. Let's talk about the weather headlines and what we are anticipating. We've got a prolonged event of high temperatures. We're a good 5 to 10 degrees above average. It's hot and it's also more humid this afternoon, so really no relief from this heat because we've got hot days, warm nights, and also the possibility of a stray thunderstorm for the mountains. We'll break it all down and talk about the temperatures coming up with your first alert forecast. Jonathan, back over to you.
Melissa, thank you. You just heard Melissa say this dangerous heat is sticking around. Parts of the San Fernando Valley are already feeling those triple-digit temperatures. NBC4's Keenan Willard live in Van Nuys with how people are trying to stay cool. And Keenan, it's supposed to be a dry heat.
Jonathan here at Lake Balboa Park feeling every bit of mid-90s and that heat advisory. It's really something that you can sense when the wind comes and that breeze is still hot on you here in the San Fernando Valley. That's how you know it's going to be one of those dog days of summer. And you can see just how many people here at the park are trying their best to get out of these conditions or make the most of it when we're in that mid-90s kind of range here in the valley. So many people here at Lake Balboa Park trying to hang out by the water, get some fresh air coming off of the lake there. They're fishing. Most of the people that we see here, even though it's pretty packed, trying to stay in the shade. I was actually surprised to see this many people outdoors when we know that heat advisory is in effect. A lot of the people we talked to just said it's actually hotter inside their homes right now because of these conditions. They're trying their best to get some fresh air. They also said they're trying to do it smartly. Of course, hitting up the paleteros over there who are selling their popsicles and wares, umbrellas, making sure people can try to stay cool here at the park. We also have talked to families who said they've got their toolkits, especially with young children, to make sure that knowing that we're in these near triple-digit scenarios, that their kids and their families are going to be safe out here. We also saw some people who were bringing some pretty imaginative strategies to the table to keep their furry friends safe.
Rosie has a fan on her. It's a cooling vest with a fan. I had to modify it a little to, because it wasn't working great. So I just added my own battery pack on top of it, and now it works.
What are some of the things people should think about when they're coming outside?
Just taking water, being hydrated, that's it, really. And not to stay so long, like you have to, increment.
When it comes down to it, a lot of the people we spoke with here today say this is just that time of the year. They know the valley's going to be hot, and when we have that advance warning of an advisory of those hot days, especially going into the next few days when we could near triple digits again coming here into Van Nuys, people saying that they're going to bring their water, bring their sunscreen, make sure that they are prepared if they go outside and do have to come out here to the park to try and, of course, beat that heat. But they're going to stay weather aware going into the weekend, knowing that those temperatures could just keep climbing. For the moment, from Lake Balboa Park, Keenan Willard, NBC4 News.
Do you feel like most people were safe today? Did they have hats on and use sunscreen and have water? Was anyone out there telling people to stay safe?
Yeah, we're trying to talk to some of these people who are, of course, showing us what they have, but also some of the people who didn't know about the weather advisory. There were some people who just were trying to have a regular park day, came out to the jungle gyms maybe with their kids and saw that it was going to be too hot to touch the metal. You can't go down the slide in these conditions. When I saw on my phone today at least 94 degrees in this area of Van Nuys. Just being outdoors right now, not ideal unless you absolutely have to. So we were able to talk to some people to make sure that they knew about that advisory going through Sunday, guys, especially here in the San Fernando Valley.
All right, good point about that equipment. I remember that as a kid when your mom wouldn't let you go on that. Keenan, thank you. A reminder, you can get the latest heat alerts and check high temperatures in your area by downloading our NBCLA app. Just scan the QR code right there on your screen.